Yeah. Well, it has been quite an exciting 20 weeks, and I think I'm comfortable enough to engage in the coaching exercise with anyone, executives, housewives, anyone from any field. I know I'm not going to be perfect, but I think I will be comfortable enough to know, where are my pitfalls, what I tend to get pulled by, and I can recognize some of that fairly easily. For example, I get pulled into wanting to solution, and I can recognize those forces now when they're happening. So I may fall for them some of the times, but I can certainly try not to now. So not perfect, but comfortable enough to really engage in the process, uh, and knowing that the process itself will be helpful to the person who I'm coaching. It was quite eye-opening. Draven, I have been in education and classes all my life, and I have never taken a class where it was all about me. And you have never said it, Tracy has never said it like that, but this journey was really all about me and my growth, and helping me to become a better person, a better coach, and a better person all around. So, I really value the time. We all miss the time that we spent together with the 20 weeks haven't gone by, and I think there's so much value in the process. It's quite unique and quite different from anything else I would have experienced as a learner. But first of all, I was attracted to this course because of the ontological conversations. And I know from my own studies that our beliefs, our habits, those things that are deeply embedded in us, really guide our behavior, guide our outcomes in life and our outlook in life. And so, if this is what coaching is all about being there, creating space, holding space for persons to explore their own beings, then the more we understand it and the more we are able to appreciate the journey of exploration, is the more we can guide, or the better we can be that space holder for others. So that to me is the core of coaching. It's that transformation process is at the core of coaching, and the ontology is very directly related to it. There was tremendous value in being taken through an ontological conversation, which is a journey through your thoughts, how they connect to your emotions and feelings, and how they lead to behaviors and outcomes that you could not have anticipated because you never explored what is going on within you. You never knew, well, I did not know I used to think like this. I did not know that I'm shooting myself in my foot here in this way. you know so opening up that space and with a methodology that is very different from experiential learning or didactic learning, the 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 methodology around ontology that you have employed has been particularly refreshing and impactful, let me say. And so you say you have no regrets. Well, I didn't start off with regrets. I have no regrets. I start off with excitement, and I have much more excitement at the end. Very relevant, because if you don't know where your own mind is taking you and why you're going in this direction, then how can you bring yourself back? How can you hold yourself as an authentic, um, hold a space that is unconditional, that's without reservation, that's without blockages of your own thoughts and habits and your own beliefs? How can you empty the space for connection to take place? So it is critical to the being of the coach, which is really all about coaching. I mean, we have a number of other tools and frameworks around it, but critically, it's about the being of the coach and being able to utilize your words in order to now engineer a system for reflection and introspection and growth. So it's fundamental, I would say. And I suppose without using the word, coaching programs would have been employing it to some extent, but using the word gives it power. So most definitely, I'm a trainer, in leadership, and so my methodology would have shifted as well. So my professional work in general would have changed a bit. My family relationships would have changed a lot because I tended to be more, wanting to tell your kids what's right as opposed to giving them just holding that space for them to explore that for themselves. So it's a much more respectful relationship, I would say, with my kids, an empowering relationship. Um, and generally all around, I love to see when people's eyes light up, I had a coaching session with my husband and his eyes light up to say, wow, I never thought I could try that. I never thought of this before, so it's just, it has shaped all areas of my life, the way I do things myself. And definitely for myself, I have a fuller appreciation of the way in which the universe really calls you. It does. It's not just something that you say, it does call you. Yeah. So I've been studying mindfulness, and as I say, I'm in the field of leadership. And so mindfulness theory initially said you should start noticing new things in order to develop this mindfulness. Start noticing new things. And to me, that was just, I mean, what do you mean notice new things? It just didn't sit well with me. And now I think this through this journey, through the process, I have been able to notice new things. I have been able to notice things about me. So what to me, what was missing was the methodology, was the kind of how do I know myself? How do I, how do I give into the universe? How do I, you know, get to a point where I can extract what I'm doing well and what I'm not doing well. And I can say, you know, here it is, Kamla, you have been the person holding yourself back in this way because you are doing this. That kind of clarity came with this program. And that's why I call it, I would not term it coaching, but I'd term it self-awareness and self-development. So I can say, I used to do that all the time. Like, wow, how could you? So that kind of clarity, the process itself, I think, and the content brought that clarity for me. So those were profound shifts for me. Yeah, I think Tracy and Draven have a great synergy going. It's a great partnership. Two people who you can see their differences, but their differences help them to come together in a really synergistic, symbiotic, generative kind of way. So it's and not just between you, but what is between you is also very inviting and very powerful, so that the class we find ourselves very much locked into that space as well, almost as a single being. So it was a lot of great synergy, and certainly Tracy a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more open in terms of herself, um, and but very very deep in terms of her thinking, and in you know she is very much, you would not be able to say she is one of the teachers of the class. You would say she's a participant of the class.
Mm.
And you as well, Draven. but you stand out more as, you know, you have a sense of, I want to take these people somewhere, and that passion for growth is very evident in your demeanor and the way in which you engaged with us over the 20 weeks, you know. So both of you, a great combination, I would say, not to touch it at all. And you know, it works. It works. It works well. I would say if you're not interested in being a great coach, don't take this course. If you're interested in being a great coach and a great person and be all that you can be, then invest, because it's not the money you're investing, you're really investing yourself. So once you decide what you want to be, and you want to be a great coach, a much better human being, and you want to add value to the spaces that you occupy, then invest yourself in this program. I think I was fortunate to be in a class of great people, great facilitators, and great colleagues as learners. We learned so much from each other. There's so much love and respect in that class. We continue to talk to each other, and um, I just think, you know, it was a great experience. I want to thank my colleagues as well. You know, their contributions also helped me to learn a lot. And I just wish that many more people can have this experience. Many more people, whatever we can do to ensure that many more people can have such an experience, because this is what will help our world.